lie down. I'm gonna live until I die.
Hey, what's going on, folks? Chris here with the brand new film Knives Out in 4K, which is directed by Rian Johnson. And this is just a fun modern-day murder mystery with so many twists and turns and a superb cast featuring Mr. 007 himself, Daniel Craig, who is set to return as James Bond in No Time to Die relatively soon. This film also features Chris Evans, Ana de Armas, Jamie Lee Curtis, and so many more familiar faces, including the legend Christopher Plummer, as you can see on the cover art. But yeah, I was glued to my seat from beginning to end watching this, and there was never a dull moment. It's also funny and very atmospheric, and both Daniel Craig and Chris Evans were definitely the highlights of this movie. And Craig plays a detective who's trying to get to the bottom of things. And overall, it's brilliant, and it deserves all the praise that it's getting. Jamie Lee Curtis was perfect in it. So as far as the presentation is concerned, this was shot in 3.2, 3.4, and one shot in 5.1K, but it was given a 2K DI. And surprisingly, the results look gorgeous for the most part, considering it's an upscale to 4K with deep inky black glows and rich colors, and a grain is also present, but not to a point where it's distracting, and a sharpness practically throughout the whole film. You can easily make out the fine details in and around the house, including close-ups on faces and clothing. I absolutely love this transfer, although it's not perfect, but the deep blacks are quite fitting for a film like this, and it really brings out the best out of the set decorations, including the house and the overall feel of it. And as much as I enjoy the transfer, I did notice some black crush during some of the interior scenes, including the patio scene in Chapter 3 around the 24-minute mark, where Daniel Craig's character is interrogating Ana de Armas. The lighting in that scene is underwhelming to a point where blacks are crushed on one side of Craig's face, including the character standing behind him. Now I can understand the cinematographer was going for more of a natural look without overdoing it with the lighting and so on, but it's better to have good lighting instead of, going on a scavenger hunt and trying to locate where the character's eyes and nose are due to crush issues. So yeah, other than that, the transfer itself is mostly great. And for the audio, this features an excellent Atmos mix that delivers a crisp and clear track that works perfectly with this film. It's a very engaging mix, and the highs and lows came through well. There was nothing distracting about it, just don't expect too much bass since it is a dialogue-driven film. Overall, it's an impressive track. And here's a shot of the 4K menu for the audio and subtitle selections. So my rating for the 4K presentation is a 4.5 out of 5 for both the picture and sound. And in regards to features, you get quite a few stuff, including interviews, a commentary with writer-director Rian Johnson, the DP and actor Noah Segan, plus 2 deleted scenes, also a director and cast Q&A, planning the perfect murder featurette, the trailers, and much more. And you can access the features on both the 4K and Blu-ray discs. So closing out my review, if you missed your chance in theaters, do yourself a favor and check this out. It's a really well-written film with solid performances and one not to be missed. And it makes the perfect companion piece next to Gosford Park, Clue the Movie, Murder by Death, and also Murder on the Orient Express. And by the way, they recently announced a sequel for Knives Out, so I can't wait for that. And as always, thanks for taking a look. Subscribe to my channel if you like what you see, and be sure to hit that bell icon so you can get notified on my next reviews. Take care.